Not much, sir.
I'd like to call to order a regular meeting of the Summers Board of Selectmen. Today is August 21st. It's Thursday, 6 p.m. We're in Town Hall Auditorium. Please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. With regards to roll call, we have Director Todd Rowland, Director of Public Works and Land Use. He has a guest with him.
Yeah, Teddy Duran. He's our Eagle Scout.
Congratulations.
And his mother.
Awesome achievement. Lovely. We have Director Kim LaFleur, Ops Director Matt Cox, our Human Services Director Mike Marinaccio, our former CFO, because he's here to make sure that everything goes well, right, Mike? Since Brian's not here, Brian, listen to our current CFO. You can report back later. Okay, and then we have, of course, Selectman Meyer on my right, Selectman Schmidt on my left. And that's who we have this evening. Public comment. I don't think we have any of that. Presentation by First Selectman. It's one of the first times I've got nothing to add here. I think everything's going pretty well. It is August. Things can always change. That's for sure. You got to be ready for that. Right. Thank you. Consent agenda, boards and commissions, appointments, resignations. We do have several resignations and appointments, all to the Youth Services Bureau Advisory Board. So the first is to accept the resignation of Cadence Bidwell of the Youth Services Bureau Advisory Board, effective immediately. We need to do these individually, I think, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So we need a motion on that acceptance of that resignation.
Yeah, I have to make a motion to accept the resignation of Cadence Bidwell of the Youth Services Bureau Advisory Board, effective immediately.
Second that motion.
Any further discussion? All those in support of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Motion accepted.
Next one, to accept the resignation of Joe Radowitz of the Youth Service Bureau Advisory Board, effective immediately.
Second that motion.
And hearing no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Thank you. Then we have 4 appointments as well, all to the Youth Services Board. First, the appointment of Kelly Garrison. Any motion for that?
I have to make a motion to appoint Kelly Garrison to the Youth Service Bureau Advisory Board with a term expiring on 12/22/25.
Second that.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Thank you. Next motion.
Yeah, next motion, appointment of Alex Murdoch to the Youth Service Bureau Advisory Board with a term expiring on 12/22/25.
Second that.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All those in support say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Next motion.
Next motion, appointment of Vicki Clare to the Youth Services Bureau Advisory Board with a term expiring on 12/22/25.
Second that.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All those in support say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
And finally, to appoint the appointment of Nathan Boyer to the Youth Services Bureau Advisory Board with a term expiring on 12/22/25.
Second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in support say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Opportunity to add urgent agenda items. Do we have any of those this evening?
Don't have any.
No, I have not.
Okay, good. Finance, our finance CFO is not here. We do have scheduled payments,
Yep, here we
which
go.
is pretty significant. And by the way, I want to just mention that this includes the settlement with regards to the solar farm on South Road.
So
We approved prior to this.
So that was settled then?
Yeah, there's a payment that goes to them for like $300,000 or something.
I'd have to make a motion to authorize the payment of $524,000 $415.21.
Great.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on the motion? There we go. Hearing none. All those in support say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Thank you. Updates from boards and commissions, we have none. Pending business, we have none. New business. Director Rowland.
Good evening. Got an easy one tonight for me. We were approached by Teddy Danduran to complete an Eagle Scout project. He, as you can see, is a Boy Scout. This would be emptying out the sharing building and building shelves in the sharing building at the recycling center and making it more organized than it is. So I'll let Teddy introduce himself and kind of go over the project that he's proposing.
Hello everyone, my name is Teddy Danduran, and I'm just here to present my Eagle Service Scout project. So before I get started, a little bit about me. I'm going into my senior year of high school at Pope Francis Preparatory School in Springfield, Massachusetts.
What school is that?
Springfield Pope Francis Preparatory School.
Gotcha.
It is the new cathedral.
I've heard a lot about it, good things about it.
Yeah, it's
Thank
a good
you.
school. It's a good school. I am a Life Scout in the Troop 359 in Wilbraham, Massachusetts. Its parish is St. Cecilia's. And kind of like the reason that I chose to do this project is I have a connection with the transfer station people that run it. So when I was in Cub Scouts, actually a Bear Scout, Rick and Monty came to one of our meetings to kind of present like why it's important to recycle and like how like much of the things that you throw are actually recyclable and how it's important to like kind of categorize the stuff instead of all just like putting it in a trash bag and just
And
toss it.
your meetings were out of state too, right?
Huh?
Your meetings were in Massachusetts, or?
Oh, for like my troop?
Yeah.
Yes, they are all held in Wilbraham.
So they're going out of state too. This is pretty amazing.
No, when he was in Cub Scouts, he did Cub
Cub
Scouts.
Scouts always in summers.
In summers.
I was just wondering what the hell Lonnie's across the state line.
Hockey would go everywhere.
He's dangerous. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Please continue.
So they came to one of our meetings and discussed like the recycling, the importance of recycling, and then kind of gave an intro on how to get a transfer station, like I guess you'd call them passes, and kind of how to organize all the things that you bring. So like you have your bulky waste versus like your regular cardboard, and then obviously your trash, which is just like most of your food things.
Right.
So kind of talk about organizing that, and then giving more of the parents more so of an intro to how to get to the transfer station and how to like work through it. So then we started going. I was probably about 8, and we've gone ever since. And so recently I've started doing it because once you are 15, you're allowed to go by yourself. Like you're allowed to get out of the car and help with doing the recycling stuff. So recently I've been starting to do that myself, and then I noticed that we call it the treasure chest. They call it the Sharon said.
Treasure chest.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
You can find some pretty cool stuff there.
Wow, it's really optimistic.
Well, I was there today and I didn't see any treasures.
I call it Elwood's building, but
There you go, Clifford. Perfect.
But I'm glad we have it, and I'm excited that we do have it, as I told you earlier. So I'm glad you're going to organize things and continue to do that to make it easy. And the more things that we can accept and I can turn in there, the better.
Thank you. Okay, so when I've been going recently, is I've noticed it's very unorganized and everything's just kind of like thrown everywhere, and it's kind of just
Yeah,
like
I agree
and
with you
there's
on
stuff
that.
outside, and the signs aren't signs. There are signs, but they're not super clear on like what can be there and what can't be there. And what you
Signs
should
are
do.
important. Yep.
Yeah,
I have to ask on a regular basis
yeah.
where things go, and so it's
But
nice.
that's because of your memory. That's the problem.
No, my memory is bad, and I do have a problem with my memory. But the thing is some things I got down. I know where things go. Like there's other things that sometimes that I haven't brought in, and there's no. I always have to ask them, well, where does that go? Because there's no signs.
Yeah.
And it's always tough because where does this stuff go?
we are actually putting new signs in the entire center.
Great.
Boy,
They're coming.
that's going to be like I'm going to fall on the ground when I see
Beautiful.
that.
Well,
Okay.
you're one of the people that reads them.
Well,
It's about
I'm a weird
10%.
guy, I was a teacher for 35 years, so I do read signs,
Please continue.
All right, so to just kind of like go over what I'm going to be doing for my Eagle Service project. So first off, the beneficiaries of my project is obviously the Summers Transfer Station and then the DPW. And then kind of what I'm doing for the project as an overview is I'm remodeling the inside of the treasure chest at the transfer station. So,
How'd you come up with this idea, but to begin with, I'm just curious.
oh, well, I was trying to find an Eagle Service project
Right.
that had value to me. Because, most Life Scouts will do, like, they'll fix a trail, they'll put in a kiosk, they'll do stuff like that where it's kind of like, it's been used so much that, like, it's kind of like almost like a normal project, you know what I mean? So I want to do something a little different that was also had
Great.
value to myself.
Beautiful.
So, thank you. So what I would like to do is I would like to remove and organize all the items inside the treasure chest. So take them out and organize them into the piles of like appropriate areas. So like you have your toys, your games, your picture frames, your dishware, your like small appliances. So like coffee makers.
And you're going to put signs to label everything too?
Yeah. That will go on the shelves that I make.
Oh, good.
Yes. So then I'm going to remove all the current shelving from the treasure chest that I cannot reuse. And then I was asked to install insulation into all of the walls to capture a little more heat in the winter, and then putting plywood over them so that way there's no anything in the air when I put the shelves back in.
So, just not to be difficult, but could you put the signs in a way that people know what goes in the buildings?
Oh yes. So how it's going to work is there'll be a sign on the outside of the
Oh,
shed.
good, okay,
You're
yeah.
talking about
That's
the treasure
what can
chest
go-
we were talking about.
What can go in, and then inside the treasure chest, all the shelves will be labeled of where the stuff goes. So that way there's no
Perfect.
confusion.
Absolutely perfect.
Yes. So then, once I install the insulation, I'm going to be optimizing the wall space, so replacing any of the ones that I don't think fit or are broken or too worn. So I'm going to be building my own freestanding ones, and then bringing them in, and then securing them to the plywood in the wall, so that like nothing falls over if you like place it awkwardly or anything like that. And then once all the shelves are put back and everything's like nice and neat, I'm going to label everything, and then return all the items into the label spot, and then finally add the sign on the front so everybody knows what can go in.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
So just like a little like more specific stuff, just where and when. It's going to be at the transfer station between in August or September, depending. The project will take roughly 2 to 3 weeks, and the volunteers that will be used for like me having people help me with this will be from my troop, my school community, my sports communities, my neighbors, and then my family friends that I have. And then we have supplies and protective gear. So like that's more so for the installation process. So that's so like you have your work gloves, your disposable masks, your protective goggles, and then long sleeve shirts and pants will also be required. And then the tarps is just for when we take all of the items out. They won't be on the ground, like they'll be organized, but they'll be still off the dirt.
That's good.
Okay. So this is just like what I'll be using. So you have materials and tools. So just the insulation. So either R15 or R19, depending on the size. Plywood, 2x4s, shelving wood, nail screws, and then the sign. And then the tools I'll be using to do all of this is battery power drill, nail gun, triangle, circular saw, measuring tape, balance, and hammers.
Say you do work on the side? Wow. Use him at my house.
Very impressive.
Current state
Very
of the
impressive.
shed. Oh, wow.
So then I just have some pictures to wrap it up. So we just have the current state of the shed, so as you can see, very
Look at that.
clear. It's not very organized. Things just kind of everywhere. You know what I mean? Just kind of everything. And then this is just some of the ideas of kind of the shelving I'd like to put in. So as you can see, they're kind of freestanding and they're drilled into the wall. And then I would add the labels onto the flat bits right there on each of the shelves, so that way everybody would know where it would go. And then just thank you for your time.
Very
Thank
nice.
you very much.
Good job.
Well, congratulations. This sounds like a great project. I'm very excited.
Fantastic.
Looking forward
Absolutely
to it.
fantastic. I won't even recognize that place after you finish. I'll think I'm going to the wrong place.
So we're requesting the Board of Selectmen approve this project and allow Teddy Danderan to complete this Eagle Scout project.
Just one or two quick questions. So, again, nice job. This looks great. I assume you already have approval from your board of review, so you're good. This is the final step.
Yep.
How are you paying for it?
It's all donation based.
So have you raised the money already, or you
No, I don't have to do any fundraising. It's all donations through different. One, the transportation is giving most of the wood that I need to do, and then other like stores and facilities are giving to me. So, like for instance, Home Depot, they usually help out with Eagle Project stuff, and I've already talked to them, so they're willing to give me some of the supplies that I need.
Okay.
And just different organizations like that.
Perfect. So you've already thought it all through, and you have it all right. You're ready to go.
Yep.
All right. Well, good luck with this, and make sure you share some photos. I'm sure when we're done. Be great.
Got a couple of things I'll share with you to show you how old I am. When I was growing up in town as a scout here in Summers, our idea of recycling was collecting newspapers. We used to put them in the back of a trailer truck, and that was it. We'd take a truck around to people's houses and collect papers. That was it. That was the extent of recycling. Also, I'm impressed with your merit badge collection there.
Oh, thank you.
Got to tell you that when I got married, my mother gave my cooking merit badge to my new bride. This guy can cook. How about that? Okay, well, thank you very much. Really impressed.
We have to make the motion to permit Eagle Scout.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Theodore, how do you pronounce the last name?
Dan Durand.
Dan to renovate the shared shed at the recycling center for the first Eagle Scout project.
I'll second that. I think we just have to correct the name, spelling of his name. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. So,
Oh, is that not spelled correctly?
Yeah,
it's on the
indeed.
screen there.
It is on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I can.
All right, gotcha. Thank you.
All right. Sorry about that.
I'll second that.
Don't worry about it.
All those in support of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Great presentation.
Well done.
God, it's good in his uniform too, yeah, isn't it?
Always like to see it.
I like his hair.
I thought you'd say that.
I did.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is discussion and action on accepting or not the Charter Revision Commission final report. Now, it's in here in our,
I put the minutes from the joint meeting in there as well, just so we needed to refer to them.
and I think
Did you read all of that to see if it's okay
I did.
and accurate?
I can't hear him.
Did you read what we're voting on to make sure that it's accurate?
Did I read the?
The questions that are posed by the
We got a draft
I haven't
report.
got that. No, I haven't seen it.
I just want to.
Yeah.
Can I give it to you?
Sure.
I just want to make sure that it's accurate and that what we're voting on tonight is what you guys gave to us.
I read through it. It looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, I just wanted to double
Yeah.
check. I don't want anything to be.
Yeah, I helped author this. Yeah, I've read it.
It's really the question.
Yeah, I think that it's really, right, it's question 4, I think.
Okay.
Just, are you familiar with the questions?
Yes.
Obviously, being a member of
I'm very familiar with all the questions.
Okay, so it's good. All right.
So I guess there's two issues right in front of us tonight. I mean, there's accepting the report, and then there were 3 modifications outlined in the minutes that the Board of Selectmen is recommending to the final report, and then it's drafting and publishing the final language to go on the ballot, correct?
And accepting the final language.
And
yeah,
accepting
yeah.
Are those modifications acceptable to your committee?
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't really hear you.
Come on up.
Let me
Use a microphone right
go
there.
and sit here.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't use the microphone. Is it better when I use the microphone?
Your mic's off, Bob, I think.
Okay, what was that?
I thought, I didn't have
There
it
you
on.
go.
That's why I didn't have it on.
So,
I'm just wanting to know if the changes that were, that the
Yeah.
selectmen had, are those acceptable?
I think the only change that really came out of all the meetings we had was question number 4.
Question number
for
4?
clarification.
Yeah.
I think I pointed it out to Tim in an email, and you, all 3 of you.
we were
that
on.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
that question number 4, which had been through a number of iterations,
Right.
Somehow got butchered the last time we
still
looked.
left a lot of questions in the mind of the public, and so they asked us to revisit it, and the commission did revisit it and come up with a more specific question. I think the only omission that happened along the way is that ended up being, the original question never got changed in your public hearing.
That's right.
And so people were kind of wondering,
It was just a mix-up.
what's going on here?
So has that been corrected then?
But, yeah, so if you just follow what's in the report,
Exactly.
you'll have the change, because the
Okay,
change was made in the report.
Okay, so this draft report that we got
Yeah.
is okay, and so this is what we should use, and this is what we should...
Yeah, and you should know that once you accepted that report, that commission ends, it becomes officially, and it ends officially.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to make sure that,
So in other words, we don't have to go back to the commission again.
No, you do not.
We've already done that.
You can then choose to move forward any way you see fit, as long as you are true to the spirit of what's in that report.
Right.
Yeah.
well, that's what I want to make sure is that,
I mean, you can go ahead and make up flyers and do whatever you want to, to promote, promote's the wrong word, to make aware to everybody in town what the questions are, what the intent of the question is, what the change looks like in the charter, so you can do all that stuff. But the commission is out of business the moment you accept that report, so.
Right. And the key, of course, is accurate communication, so people understand what it is you're trying to do.
Exactly,
And why
yeah.
you're trying to do it.
Yeah.
okay, so as long, I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
it's acceptable and
Okay.
it's
There
accurate.
it is.
Because, of course, the problem we had with the last time we went through this process was the uncertainty of what people were voting on at the booth.
Well, there seemed to be a lot of communication breakdown in that last process back in
Yeah, it was-
2018.
It's just unfortunate.
And questions did not follow a logical flow through the entire process. Different versions of the question would crop up, and they weren't not really advertised.
Yeah, so again, I commend the commission on
Yeah.
the great work you guys have done
Yeah.
this time around, understanding
Yeah.
the sensitivities involved. And
Yeah.
addressing
This commission was very cognizant of what had happened in the past and tried to avoid doing that themselves this time, so.
Right, so we need a motion, I guess, to accept the report.
So we would accept the report with the 3 modifications that were discussed and included in the minutes, right? I mean, we had 3 technical changes in the minutes that Kim provided from the
I
July
put
1st
that running
meeting.
the minutes from the joint meeting.
That would be our motion then, because I don't think we formally accepted those
No.
3 changes yet.
Right.
You didn't.
And it's not to the wording of the ballot question, it's
These are
only
just
to
explanatory.
the
Those
wording
changes
that will
in
modify
this
the charter.
document that we got?
Yes.
This is just for the explanatory things that you guys.
Is it in this here?
No, they're in the minutes, the joint meeting.
In the, these minutes here?
Yes, that's why I provided them today, so you can acknowledge those as well.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
You understand?
So yeah, I mean, change number 1 is just clarifying that the chief administrative officer reports day-to-day to the first selectman, but ultimately reports to the board of selectmen.
Right.
That was the first selectman's recommended change. The second change was that the town administrator's performance and compensation will be reviewed annually
Right.
instead of the original version, which had an indefinite term.
Right.
And then the third one was just a minor change where either the town administrator or the first selectman could enter into contracts, but they all require the approval of the board of selectmen.
Right.
And those were the only 3 changes.
Yeah, I see those here, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I had actually made those changes in that document.
In the final report.
In the
final
document,
report.
you put those in there.
I remember staying after that meeting and doing this, and then meeting the group afterward.
So in this draft
I don't have-
report, those changes have been
Yeah,
inserted?
That's
there's an appendix to that report, which you're not holding right now.
right. I don't have that.
And all these changes that Bill is making reference to are in that appendix.
All right.
Okay.
So you need both pieces to become the entire final report.
With appendix.
So will we get,
I
we will
mean,
eventually get the final report?
If you want to look at it again, you don't have to vote on it tonight. I mean, but
No, I think
No,
there
I
isn't.
understand it. I want to vote on it.
If you
tonight.
if you take that appendix and go through it, I'm 99.9% sure you're going to see that these changes were made, along with the change in the question
Well, the
of
thing
on
is,
question
we're
4.
clearly voting on these changes, and that's the good thing,
No, you're voting on accepting the entire report.
with these changes.
Yes,
Yeah.
as modified. Yes, as
Yeah.
Bill said.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it. Okay, we need a motion then.
Now, is there any other, do we need to authorize, like, the first selectman to, like, publish these on the website? Do we need to authorize a ballot resolution?
Well, you got to
Like,
follow
what's
there is a scorecard, there is a thing that you have to follow now prior to putting it on a ballot. You're going to have to, you have to publish the entire thing, I
I think we need to
believe.
convene a town meeting, right? Isn't there like a whole?
I don't think you need a
No,
town
we don't.
meeting
We've
anymore.
already done that.
Well, we did a public hearing. I thought
already
we-
did that. You already did that. Now you have to follow all the rules.
Now we have to publish.
We actually have that somewhere, and I can't
We
recall
do.
it step by step.
I think it was
but
provided
but
to
your
us
town
by the
attorney,
town attorney.
Carl, the town attorney should be guiding you through this. The town clerk now has to take these questions and their explanatory text, and I believe send them off to the Secretary of State in order to get it on the
Yes.
ballot.
Yes.
He's got a deadline to do that.
Yeah.
You also have to make sure you publish these prior to the election. I think that was one of the problems you ran into the last time.
Yes.
Yes.
That did not happen.
Yes.
And therefore, it doesn't matter all the work that you did, you did not
Invalidated
publish
the
it,
process.
and therefore, and the people voted for it, and then you can't do anything because it didn't follow the scorecard.
After tonight, when you vote, I'll follow up with Carl, and we'll get the,
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
follow through with all the
yes,
process.
of course, yes.
That's great.
So, I'll make
Thank
sure
you.
that happens.
Make a motion to accept the Charter Revision Commission's final report as presented.
As
Yeah.
presented with the modifications.
With a report with appendix, right?
A report with appendix with the 3 modifications recommended by the Board of Selectmen.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you very much.
Excellent.
Second on the motion?
Second.
Any further discussion on the
I
motion?
think we should just go back to the town attorney after
Well,
tonight, just to make sure
we will
that
do that. for
Yeah,
sure.
so-
our motion meets the legal requirements, there's no
Make
other
sure we've
step
got
or
all the
action.
Oh, yeah, most
proper
certainly.
procedures covered.
Because we're on the clock, so,
Yes, we are.
Yep, I agree with you.
okay.
Okay. All those in support of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Thank you. Let's see here. Okay, the next item on the agenda is a discussion and action to form a Summers Ad Hoc America 250th Celebration Planning Committee. Now, I just want to mention that, of course, at our last meeting, which was 3 weeks ago, we had comments from the public that were very, very critical of what the work that the town had previously done, trying to prepare for this. And obviously, we want to have something here that's going to involve the entire town. It's going to be welcomed by the town. It's going to have participants from all different sections of the town. And we want to try to avoid creating something that would be objectionable to a vast number of people in town. So I've decided to, because I thought about this for several nights, I thought about that we need to put together an ad hoc committee and charge them with coming up with a plan for the celebration. And the plan would include a description of the events, what they anticipate needing for assistance. It would also include a budget and how they proposed raising the money to meet the budget, and to get back to the Board of Selectmen with what that plan is and how it's going to be paid for and what it's going to produce. And then the Board of Selectmen would consider that plan, discuss it, and approve it and amend it if needed to be.
Sounds good. And I want to make sure that this committee, when they do their work, I really would like to see them focus on the Declaration of Independence as a document And the 5 members, I've looked it up, there's at least, I think, 5 people that signed the Declaration of Independence from the state of Connecticut, the colony of Connecticut at that time. Brave people that did that. I think those people need to be recognized. I looked up some of the people's names, the people who, from the town of Somers, who fought in the American Revolution. I think I'd like to have this committee consult, and I think some of the people, one of the people on this committee, isn't she in the?
Donna Hanks, I'm not sure, is she a
I think she has a
relative from the Mayflower or something like that?
Yeah.
There is some history in there.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
so, but I'm just saying, I'd like to make sure that we recognize the people that fought in the American Revolution from the town of Somers, and that this is very important. And as I told you before, I want to just get rid of the whole thing of Monticello. And the reason why I want to get rid of Monticello is I've read several books about Thomas Jefferson, and the last book that I read about Jefferson, despite him writing the majority of the Declaration of Independence, he was not a very moral man at Monticello. He was sleeping with his slaves. He obviously owned slaves, and that's why I want nothing to do in our celebration with Monticello or anything associated with Monticello.
Let me just tell you, first of all, I think you're out of order in your comments on Monticello. And if you want to talk about that, let's do it. But I would like the committee to decide what they think is best for the community, and for us to address that recommendation, and not to give them directives on what they can and can't do.
Well, I'm sorry. That's just my personal opinion.
That is a personal opinion, and I object to it, and it's
Well,
out
I'm
of
sorry you do, but I'm just very strong about it. And
I agree.
as I said, Thomas Jefferson, did some noble things and he did some great things, but like every human being, he had his flaws.
But we all have flaws.
That's right. That's why I said, we are like every human being. We have our flaws. And I say, I have mine.
I guess I would envision this, I mean, I think this is a good step. I think, I kind of equate this to like planning the Memorial Day Parade or planning other, I mean, it really, the intention is it's a celebration. It should be nonpartisan. I think, this committee, I think it's a very balanced group. I've looked at these names. I think we let the committee do their work. I think we give them a basic charge, like we described, that they're to plan for the celebration, including a draft schedule of events, budget, and then to report back to the Board of Selectmen. And I think we should probably give them a time frame
Exactly, time frame.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
to report back. And then, I mean, I think this group's going to be more than capable, but I think the focus needs to be on bringing people together, not dividing them, and not making this a partisan issue when it should be a celebration of the country. And I think this committee will do that job.
Well, let's hope so.
Very good. I could go through each one of these individuals, but I don't think I need to do that because I think the Board of Selectmen already knows the background of some of these people. Scott Kelpin, of course, is well known because he chaired our Charter Revision Commission. He also was the former mayor of Enfield, and he's actually planning. He's working to put together. He's in charge of chairman of the Enfield 4th of July celebration, which is going to be celebrated around the 13th to 14th of July, and it's going to include their 250th celebration. So he's doing this for Enfield, so he'll be very knowledgeable and very effective, and we know he's an effective leader as well. Mike is also Mike Marinaccio, as you know, is our former CFO for, 13 years? Mike, anyway, yeah, something like
that's
13
fine.
years. Donna Hanks, of course, is from the Historic Society.
That's good. I'm glad she's on.
And Michael Clarity is a teacher at the elementary school, very, very well-known and appreciated teacher, very serious about education for children. John Parks is, of course, an attorney here in town who could be very helpful with regards to requirements here might be involved. Scott Sutter is very well-known in the school system. He's headed up several recreational runs around town, and he's been very much a leader in sort of outdoor recreation. Tim Simoes is a volunteer fireman. He's also on the CERT committee. He's a retired from, I think, Hamilton Standard, and I know him personally because I was part of his CERT class. He also happens to be a musician and knows a lot about bands,
Oh, that's great.
local bands too, ones that could be brought in and utilized here
great.
for this event, and might save us some money as well.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Lisa Horan is a very, very intelligent member of the Democratic Town Committee and has been very vocal in supporting school efforts to support the school in public meetings and various other venues. Dave Pinney, of course, is the former first selectman, and he's also former chairman of the Board of Education, and I think he'll also be a great contribution here. And Susan Peck is a resident who's been very upstanding at various public meetings we've had. I think people are familiar with Susan Peck. So that's the committee, and I think you're right. So we'll give them a charge, we'll give them a time frame, and we'll have them we'll bring it back to the Board of Selectmen. We'll discuss it at that time.
Yep, sounds like a good idea.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so I'd make a motion that the Board of Selectmen appoint an ad hoc committee to plan the America 250 celebration, and appoint the following 10 members: Scott Copen, Michael Marinaccio, Donna Hanks, Michael Clarity, John Parks, Scott Sutter, Tim Simos, Lisa Horan, David Pinney, and Susan Peck, and to charge the committee with developing a schedule of events, a proposed budget, and to make a report back to the Board of Selectmen. I think an initial report probably in the next, 90 days, and a final report, to follow, I think at a later time.
Yeah,
So,
Just to kind of
But I think if they could make an initial report in the first 90
what they're
days,
thinking. And
Yeah,
you
then
know,
we can plan
as
out
to
what
what
the
they're
next one
thinking.
comes.
Because some of these things they're probably going to be planning are going to need some long lead time on scheduling and booking them and getting people on board. So that's, and again, I think they do have time to do this. And that's great. So
So I'll second that motion.
any further discussion on the motion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Next, let's see. We have to accept the resignation of Kim LaFleur. And I've written up a bunch of things. I don't know what
You wrote some things down.
they are. Yeah, anyways, I just like to say Kim has worked for the town for 13 years at least, more than 13 years.
14.
Almost 14, right, very close. She's been very dedicated and very much appreciated. She's definitely a people person. She has been a great greeter of people that come into the Selectman's office. She's also worked incredibly well with other town employees at the town hall here. We're going to miss her greatly, and I'd like to wish her well, and appreciate your level of professionalism and dedicated service.
Thank you very
much.
appreciate that.
You're going to stay in touch.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna help you guys make sure that's.
Right, and that's another thing. She's going to help us find somebody else to replace her, and that's a major
The
challenge.
transition is very important.
I know.
We're sorry to see you go.
No, thank you for all your service, and I know you still have a couple meetings left with us, so, we'll be...
We'll give you some tissues.
Okay, so we need a motion to accept the resignation of Ms. LaFleur.
I'll pass the unfortunate motion, but I'll propose a motion. Accept the resignation of Kim LaFleur, Operations Director, effective September 18th, 2025.
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Thank you.
I think, we'll probably at the next meeting have to discuss appointing someone as like an interim or acting role to support the first selectman's office, just while we advertise and hire someone, so I
Yeah, if we
think
can get
more
somebody,
to come there, but,
if we can find somebody, that would be good.
yeah.
I know Jen, there's people around here that work
Exactly.
with agendas and minutes and stuff like that, just, of course, I'm gonna be here, so, I want to help with the interview process as well, so I want to be part of
As
it.
a transition, we may need to borrow somebody, an employee from a current department.
Yeah.
That
I understand,
to the possible objections of their department head, but There's a certain priority here, just for a short period of time.
For a transition, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so next on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the special meeting of the Board of Selectmen on August 4th, 2025.
Just had two corrections.
What is that?
So number one, on page one under finance, just the spelling of Mr. Schmidt's name.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul.
I saw that, but I don't care.
Well, I have to fix it.
Just a correction for the record.
I got a name problem today. I don't know if everything
I
will
saw it,
type.
but people misspell my name all the time.
I never do that.
And then, I guess my only other, maybe comment or suggestion would be under public comment, just to add, the following residents made public comments, and maybe just to add regarding the America
Okay,
250.
I had it and I took it out, so.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Just to say regarding the America 250 planning process or something like
I
that.
did have
That was
it.
kind of
Took it
the
out.
theory, or the.
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that needs to know why did they make that comment?
Yeah,
People need to people, when they read these, after the fact, they need to understand what the heck we were hearing
What
people
happened,
speaking.
yeah. So, it was all recorded, but I think just to have it in
Yeah,
the
I'll
minutes.
take care of it.
Good,
So just those two amendments are,
Got it.
thank you.
correct.
Sound good?
So we need a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
Happy to make the motion to accept the minutes as amended.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in support of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Thank you.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. We're
Second.
adjourned. Okay.